Aloha. It's indeed an honor for me to join your governor, your state legislature, and residents across your beautiful islands to celebrate Tranquility Base Day in Hawaii. Indeed, I wish I could be there in person, but I'll be in Washington, D.C. for other commitments this afternoon to commemorate the landing of Apollo 11 on the moon. 45 years ago today, Neil Armstrong and I became the first humans in history to walk on another celestial body. The first step in humankind's quest beyond our home planet to explore and settle the far reaches of our solar system, and eventually, perhaps, worlds around other stars in both our galaxy and throughout the known universe. Although the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo programs were originally designed to advance our nation's leadership in the exploration and utilization of space, America's lunar odyssey opened new worlds of discovery that would not only expand our understanding of the cosmos, but also pioneer revolutionary technologies that would forge new inroads to scientific discovery, launch transformational innovations in computer science and communications, enable space-based surveillance of Earth, and understanding of the factors that drive our weather systems and climate change, spur spin-offs of commercial products that have significantly enhanced our qualities of life, and ultimately afford new frontiers for humankind to explore and develop. Today, our spaceward migration holds equal, if not greater, potential for mobilizing strategic assets and capabilities that can uplift national economies, enhance global security, promote STEM education, improve healthcare diagnostics and delivery worldwide, advance global communications and remote sensing of critical resources, forge renewable energy systems for our planet, and ultimately pioneer sustainable pathways to space. Truly phenomenal opportunities that will benefit humankind worldwide. Hawaii's strategic mid-Pacific location, Moon, Mars-like terrain, residents' expertise in aerospace, and long-standing ties with spacefaring nations throughout Asia and the Pacific clearly afford strategic assets and capabilities that can be leveraged to realize humankind's full potential in space, and in so doing, enable your space, your state, to engage as both a major contributor to and beneficiary of global space enterprise. Of course, Hawaii is no newcomer to this industry, and for the past half-century has played a seminal role in advancing our nation's space program, beginning with astronaut training for our Apollo lunar missions and the development of world-class observatories on Big Island. Over the past 4 decades, the University of Hawaii, the U.S. military, and numerous companies statewide have continued to pioneer Hawaii-based programs in satellite communications, space-based remote sensing, and environmental monitoring, planetary geosciences, deep space surveillance, and other areas engaging aerospace-related technologies. Yet new opportunities are forthcoming in this industry that are ideally suited for your state, many of which hold substantial scientific, educational, and commercial promise for local residents. For example, the Hawaii Space Flight Laboratory on Oahu will soon be launching your state's first payload to space from the Pacific Missile Range on Kauai, the beginning of what promises to be a new era of cost-effective missions to orbit and beyond, making the University of Hawaii the only university in the world to have both satellite fabrication capabilities and direct access to orbital space. Your state is also developing a commercial spaceport on the Big Island of Hawaii that will enable the operation of horizontal launch and land vehicles, also known as space planes, that will soon carry satellites, scientific experiments, and passengers to space, and eventually serve as a strategic international node on a trans-Pacific commercial space transportation highway. The Pacific International Space Center for Exploration Systems, or PICES, located on the Big Island of Hawaii, is evolving into a world-class research, education, and training center to enable both public and private aerospace agencies to develop, test, and validate pioneering technologies that will advance both robotic and human missions to the Moon, Mars, and other solar system bodies, as well as benefit qualities of life on Earth. And the list continues. My point being that Hawaii is exceptionally well poised to assume a leadership role in the next generation of space exploration, which will include resource development and utilization. I personally would encourage your state to embrace this opportunity, not only to realize the significant scientific, educational, and commercial benefits these efforts could bring to the islands, but also to help promote and advance more collaborative scenarios for international dialogue and exchange so urgently needed around our planet. Indeed, humankind's inhumanity toward itself is today escalating at an alarming rate. Our liabilities to entertain and respect differing points of view, be they political, social, cultural, or religious, has increasingly dominated world events over the past several decades. We truly need more Apollo moments, transformational events that could place the miracle of life, its inherently fragility, and the phenomenal potential inherent in our species to explore and celebrate the greater cosmos in which we live. at the forefront of our collective conscious and action. The frontiers of space can provide such revolutionary opportunities, and I remain convinced that the great Aloha State will once again help our nation turn a brighter page in the history for all mankind. Mahalo.